Hi guys, welcome to your modified human impacts on the hydrosphere exam. For this quiz, you may use your notebooks that you have been taking notes in. Canvas tracks a log of websites you visit while the quiz is open. If you have an electronic notebook open, it'll show me. It'll also show me if you're getting on Google to Google the questions. Be sure you're only using your notebooks as a reference. That is plenty enough. Here's the read aloud version for your test. I will post this link right here for you to use. Here we go. So question number 1. What would most likely result if more farms were developed along river basins in North Carolina? Increase in average rainfall or an increase in water pollution? Pause me, answer it, and go on to the next one. Question number 2. What is a possible consequence of the destruction of a marsh? Increased types of plant life, increased habitat for organisms, or a decreased filtering of water? Question number 3. If people in an area have limited access to freshwater resources, what will most likely result? A decrease in sanitation, an increase in disease in the area, or an increase in the number of aquifers supplying water to the area? Question number 4. Which result is most likely to occur after excessive withdrawal of groundwater in coastal areas? Increased reliance on irrigation because of the drier soil conditions. Intrusion of salt water into the water table. Remember, with these, they're going to get you on that state test using the most likely, least likely, and most correct, anything like that. So really pay attention to those bolded words. Question number 5. Which best explains why population growth can result in water shortages and rationing in certain areas? Aquifers recharge slowly, or lake water is reserved for recreation? Question number 6. Acid precipitation can dissolve aluminum from soil. As aluminum is dissolved, it flows into lakes and contaminates the water. High concentrations of aluminum in lakes are fatal to many forms of aquatic life. This scenario provides evidence for which of these concepts? Environmental change can impact the quality of life for living organisms. Or acid rain is the most important environmental problem to address. Or acid rain is the leading cause of death to fish in lakes. Question number 7. At a city council meeting, a developer outlines plans for a new shopping area. Residents speaking at the meeting voiced their concerns that the development will increase runoff and pollute bodies of water in the area. The developer could address their concerns by proposing the addition of which of the following plans? Flower gardens that are planted near each store, or wetlands that surround the development, or sprinklers that hose down parking lots daily. Question number 8. A regional water board is examining proposals to provide drinking water to a growing metropolitan area. Which of these proposals is most likely to deplete groundwater supplies? Placement of stations along a river to capture and filter water, or construction of a dam to create a large water reservoir, or installation of city-owned wells with each neighbor, or establishment of a water treatment plant next to a large lake. Question number 9. The table compares a company's annual water to an average household of water and a water-wise household. Here's the estimated household volume, gallons per year. We have our categories, which are faucet, toilet, shower, bathtub, dishwasher, clothes washer, leaks, other, indoor, total indoor, indoor hot, outdoor, and total. Here's the family household. So this is the one that we're testing. Here's the average household, or what a normal household uses. And then in this column, we have stats that are a water-wise household, which means that they're trying to conserve water. Now, we understand the table. So our question here is, the family compares their information to the other information in the table. Which of these changes would help them become a more water-wise household? Take baths instead of showers, install different faucets, or replace their toilet. Saltwater intrusion can occur in aquifers near coastlines. When fresh groundwater in the aquifer is displaced by saltwater, coastline aquifers become more vulnerable to saltwater intrusion when freshwater recharge rates are low or withdrawal rates are high. An aquifer in which of the following areas would most be affected by saltwater intrusion? A growing coastal city undergoing a drought, or a large inland region of growing cities and farms? Question 11. What would be the most sustainable way to reduce farm use of river water in coastal areas? Use drip irrigation systems to water crops more precisely on farms. Construct pipelines that carry water from inland reservoirs to farms, or dig deeper wells to pump more water from deeper aquifers to farms. Question number 12. There are many methods of increasing the supply of fresh water to coastal cities. Which method takes the most energy? Building pipelines, conservation, or desalination? Building pipelines is pretty self-explanatory. Conservation is trying to decrease the use of things, and desalination is taking salt out of the salt water to make fresh water. Question 13. Many variables affect the quality and quantity of water available for people to use. Which variable is least controlled by human behavior? Aquifer recharge rate, algae level, or turbidity level? Question 14. Which of the following is responsible for reducing the availability of fresh water in this country? Non-point source pollution, boats and watercraft emissions, or aquifer depletion? Which human activity directly affects the quality of freshwater resources? Throwing trash out of car windows, allowing runoff from agriculture fields, or depleting the ozone layer? Question 16. A student created a diagram of farmland with runoff from a cornfield into a nearby pond. What was the student probably trying to model? How fertilizers can get into ponds and cause algae blooms, or how toxic chemicals from industrial waste can poison pond water. Question 17. A community decides to upgrade its water purification and management system. What lasting impact could this have on available freshwater? It could cause a decrease in water demand, or it could cause an increase in the freshwater supply. Question 18. Which is the most common contamination source for freshwater resources? Digging wells, runoff, or lightning? Question 19. Which is the best way to conserve worldwide freshwater resources? Use more efficient irrigation techniques, develop more modern coal-powered plants, or build more roads and highways for cars and trucks? Here's where your essay questions start. For the first question, question 20, is 3 points. Describe the difference between a point source pollution and a non-point source pollution. 2 points for description of each of the words, and 1 point for using full sentences with correct spelling and grammar. Question 21. This is worth 6 points. List the steps of eutrophication. Now, if it's worth 6 points, I would gather that this is a 6-step process. List those 6 steps here. Question 22. Besides chemicals tests like pH, temperature, nitrate concentration, and dissolved oxygen content, what are other ways to determine if a river is healthy? 2 points for your answer. That indicates that maybe you would want to list 2 things, and 1 point for using full sentences with correct spelling and grammar. And your your second to last question. What is the Pacific Garbage Patch? 2 points for your answer, and 1 point for using full sentences with correct spelling and grammar. Now this is your final question. Question 24. Describe what a microplastic is in terms of water pollution. Give 1 example, please. 2 points for your answer, and 1 point for using full sentences with correct spelling and grammar. All right, you made it through your test. I'm sure you did just fine. Submit your test and wait for feedback. Remember, the key to these extended response questions are to use full sentences. Have a great day, guys.